Crimson gets set up. Here's Farrell. Back up top, LaFerriere. Back to Farrell. He's got Farinacci below the goal line. Coronado cross ice. He chooses the point instead. Bounces free to Coronado. Cross ice. Pass that wrong iron. Coronado back off the wall. Works it out to the point. To the slot for a shot. That just goes wide for Moore. It's Coronado again. Good looking power play for the Crimson. Back up top to Moore. Over to Farrell. One-timer, LaFerriere. Blocker to side. Farinacci. Follow up Farrell. He scores. The Crimson get a power play goal. They grab a 2-1 lead. Jam, 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 Justin. And it's 2-1.
Well, barely over halfway into this hockey game, and Sean Farrell didn't have a point yet, which felt like too long for the Hobey Baker Award finalist. And Harvard was just getting such great chances. That whole power play felt like one was coming. Farinacci bats this out of the air, right on the, might be the easiest one that Sean Farrell has scored all year. 15 goals for him, and now 43 points for Sean Farrell.
Head goal, and it's just more of the same for a guy who has been contributing all over the ice this year.
Just seems to get better and better with each successive weekend. What really jumps out for Farrell is how he is starting to become more and more of a playmaker. 13 assists over the most recent stretch. Let's for RPI, Alex, going to be really important given what happened to them last night in Dartmouth. They only trailed 1-0 going into the third period, but they were heavily outshot, as you noted, and so they want to get off to a much better start today.
Puck stays in the zone after Harvard initially won the face-off opportunity from the circle. Pass is deflected and picked up by Joe Miller for the Crimson. Pass looking for Coronado. And he'll go chase it down, and they get taken down into the boards. Puck played by Kyle Hallbauer.
Try to force Harvard to muck it up a little bit and win those board battles, and that's why RPI has played them tough.
Crimson get it into the zone. Miller, pass was deflected, saved by Thrun to keep it in. Shovels it over in the direction of Farrell. And Crimson quickly get to it. Thrun back to it, senior captain from Southborough, Massachusetts. And Farrell lightly taps it in as Harvard goes to chase. Have to be so aware when this line is on the ice, as Coronado got taken down, was looking around at the officials for Thrun, who's pitched it now in his second season with RPI. Really dynamic offensive player who's turned himself into a great leader for this Engineers club. Moore, back early in the season, one of our first experiences on the road. In fact, it was their first road game. And for a pretty young team, it was an experience, a real good learning experience for that group, and they were able to overcome the adversity. Here's Coronado, he scores! Top shelf over the right shoulder of Jack Watson. And Coronado gives Harvard a 1-0 lead.
Well, first on the board, and Coronado doing what he's done all season long. Just gets himself into a great shooting position here. Beautiful turn into the high slot.
Goes wide. Gibson tries to poke it to the corner, and Coronado gets to it. Farrell, the ultimate playmaker, second in the country in points per game. Thrun takes it in a little bit deeper along the hash marks. Back out to teammate Foskey, who kind of whiffed on that shot. Set him up in a position along the blue line. And RPI comes up with it with Surtee as Engineers look to get it out of the zone. Walsh will do so off a deflection. He's trying to find Jacob Lee, who's eat him. Shovels across. It caught the skate of Walsh. But Harvard maintains possession as Farrell goes to chase this down. Lee takes it away from him behind the net. Massey, that top 4 seed and a bye into the ECAC's second round. Sean Farrell feeding for Coronado, goes wide. Top line.
They have not been able to really get it set up.
Aranaz from the high slot, leaves it back. Aranaz gets the return, slings it to the right in the direction of Surtee. Aranaz gets it, but out of the zone, and everybody has to get back on sides.
A couple times in that power play where passes just offline, leading to forced clearances. For Harvard, but a good kill there to get him going tonight.
Farrell gets it to Miller, who scores! 2-0 Harvard.
We're going to have to take another look at this. I wonder if Miller got the tip in or if it went in off an RPI skate.
I think they're going to say it's Farrell who scores to make it 2-0 as Farrell scores for the second straight night. Miller was right there to clean it up if it hadn't already gone in.
Yeah, a bit of a muted celebration there for Farrell as he knows he got a fortunate bounce. But hey, when you make good plays and you put the puck into the front of the net, you're entitled to some good bounces at times. Here, Farrell again off the faceoff, finds the loose puck, just shovels it in front, and it does go in off the skate of Strom.
Farrell with his 16th of the season, 4th in the ECAC in terms of goal scoring, 2nd in terms of point scoring to start the day, and 2nd in the nation in points per game.
Just incredible what Farrell has been able to do this year. And again, I think what's been most impressive down the stretch is plays like this. And again, he gets credit for the goal because he's the last one to touch it, but he's trying to make the pass to Miller. He's getting a report from the coaches in terms of, what to do in certain situations. But again, that's coming from a coach's perspective. How does it feel to actually be out there on the ice and be, under pressure from a forecheck, or have the fans at Lina and Ithaca standing on top of you? Those are the things that the coaches just can't give you.
Here's Farrell. A lot of speed. Farrell, well played by Heineman. Pass goes all the way to the opposite side. Coronado, one-time shot from the point. It's knocked away. Ian Moore got his stick to it. Miller skates out with it. Miller from the circle. Watson the save, and the next follow goes behind him. Heineman pops out with it and just averaging 2.5 goals per game this season. Dangerous puck slides out, but nobody there for RPI. Here comes Miller. Ted Donato's been so impressed with what Miller has done here in his first season with the Crimson. Henry Thrun. Shot deflected up into opportunity. Shot goes wide. Farrell looking for it. Digs it out, but sends it in the direction of some red sweaters. Comes back to Farrell anyway. Passes behind, but Coronado wasn't there in time. Jack Agnew skates with it for the Engineers. It's into the Harvard zone. Crimson quickly get it back out and onto the stick of Farrell. Shovels to his right. Miller sets up behind the circle. He gets taken down. Agnew with a good defensive play. Prevented Harvard from taking off there. Merrick Hayduk skating on now for the Crimson. Hayduk in the corner battling with Agnew. He goes down. Finn Brown puts his body into it. 6'3", 195 for RPI as Gibson makes the stop and now shovels it ahead to Farrell. Spins out of contact, and we get
goals per game. But when you add another goal to that and how well they play here at home, doesn't bode well for whoever's going to be in here in a couple weeks for that quarterfinal round of that series.
The lone loss was the 3-0 defeat at the hands of Quinnipiac. Came on the heels of a very impressive 6-2 win over Cornell. And there's a feed from Thrun and a finish from Farrell. Magical stick work to make it 4-0 Crimson. Farrell's second of the night.
I mean, this is some expert level geometry here from Sean Farrell. He literally just turns the stick and just makes himself available and redirects it off the post and in. I don't know how he was able to create this angle, but just an incredible finish for Farrell, second of the night. And he is in some kind of groove right now offensively.
Thrun knew exactly where he wanted to go with it, and Farrell, well, he didn't have much of a reaction on his first goal that went off the skate of Nick Strom. Didn't have much of a reaction to this one either. Backhand pass, Langenbrunner knocked it down. Here comes Harvard. Healy leading the charge. Ryan Healy in the slot gets it poked to Schreifoltz, goes wide. Back and forth at this point. Farrell chips that one behind. LaFerriere calling for it, shoots a six. There's a shot sent wide by Schreifoltz. Gibson with the save. There's the follow, and that did not go in from Booney.
final home game.
Another look here. Gibson was at a position. Crimson having a fight off. Right now they're probably playing as much for anything for the shutout to preserve for Mitchell Gibson here on his senior night. Has 3 shutouts in total.
But that Foskey play, I think, underscores something that often gets missed when we talk about Harvard in terms of their ability and sort of their overall talent level. Everyone, you know, you look at Harvard and the offensive numbers jump off the stat sheet. How could they not? The draft pick.
And RPI, a momentary reprieve as Farrell tries to beat out Surtee and bracket for that puck. Here come the Engineers trying to get on the board with just over 3 minutes to go. They've been outshot 30-20. Coronado sends it across for Thrun, backed up by Seedham. Now LaFerriere. Line's a little bit mixed up right now as that puck is swept out to Farrell. Feeds again for LaFerriere. Shot from Farrell and a save by...